Compost is a mixture of organic waste, especially cut or minced. Compost is a mixture of organic waste, especially cut or minced peelings of vegetables or fruits, grass, clippings, cuts, papers, etc. that is combined with soil. So in addition, compost is decomposed organic material, such as leaves, grass, clippings, and kitchen waste. It provides many essential nutrients for plants' growth and therefore is often used as a fertilizer. Compost also improves soil structure so that soil can easily hold the correct amount of moisture, and nutrients, and air. Composting transforms raw organic residues into humus, like materials through activity of soil microorganisms. In agriculture operation, compost can be used as soil amendment, seed starter, and natural fertilizer. It is very helpful for a farmer to use this compost, rich in carbon and nitrogen. It is excellent for growing plants. And also it also enhances the growth and quality of plants. We have also the sanitary landfill. A sanitary landfill is the final disposal site of all waste that were not removed from segregation and sorting. So sanitary landfills are sites where waste is isolated from the environment until it is safe. It is considered when it has completely degraded biologically, chemically, and physically in high-income countries. The level of isolation achieved may be higher. So we have the part of a sanitary landfill. So we have four parts, no? The first one, we have the clay barrier and a plastic liner at the bottom to prevent seepage of chemicals into the ground. The liquid waste generated by decomposing garbage is called a leachate. It is toxic and may contaminate groundwater system. A leachate collecting pipe to direct leachate to a treatment plant. The leachate should be removed of its toxins prior to discharge to a natural water system. A refuse cell is designated portion of the landfill that receives the garbage for a given time. If that is already full, another refuse cell will be opened. This system minimizes scattering of waste in random areas. The confinement of waste in one portion makes the entire landfill operation easier to manage. And last, we have the compaction and daily cover. These are also implemented to control contamination. Actually, another component may be added, depending on feasibility, to harness a byproduct that can be useful for power generation. Among the gases produced in decomposing waste, 50% is methane. This can be collected and used for small-scale energy production. Okay, so sanitary landfills contain garbage and serve to prevent contamination. That is the main purpose between the waste and the surrounding environment, especially groundwater. So it prevents water pollution. No? What is the main purpose of a landfill? So for example, we have the municipal solid waste landfill. They are using a synthetic plastic liner to isolate the trash from the environment. The purpose of landfill is to bury the trash in such a way that it will be isolated from groundwater. It will be kept dry and will not be in contact with air. So It also prevents air pollution at the same time. Liquid waste. The characteristic of wastewater depend on the operation where it comes from. For industrial and commercial wastewater, a custom-fit wastewater treatment facility should be designed and used to ensure that their liquid wastes are free from contaminants before discharging to their final outfall. In cities and other large communities where liquid waste come from toilets and kitchens, a simple wastewater treatment facility is recommended. It is called a sewage treatment plant. So in industrial areas, liquid waste are generated by processing or manufacturing industries and service industries such as, for example, car repair shops. Industrial wastewaters which contain hazardous substance must be treated properly and the substance removed before the wastewater is discharged to our environment. So an STP comprises two treatment process. The first one, we have the primary sewage treatment. This is usually a physical treatment that separates solid particles from the liquid through large screens. It makes use of filtration and sedimentation process. We have also the secondary sewage treatment. This usually eliminates or at least reduce the amount of organic load. Here, certain bacteria or other microorganisms are grown into the holding pond and allowing to feed on the dissolved organic load. Here, a certain bacteria and the other microorganisms are grown into holding pond and allowed to feed on the dissolved organic matter. In most cases, an aeration system is incorporated to encourage this action. In the end, microorganisms together with other organic waste, collectively called sewage sludge, settle out. The sludge that settles consists of living and dead microorganisms and their waste products. Sludge can be hauled out regularly and disposed to landfills. So where does liquid waste go? It will dispose to landfill or sanitary landfill. For example, in our image, so if you are familiar with sewer system, the liquid waste from your home go into a septic tank where most of the solids settled out. The water then goes into a leach field pipes bored in the ground that have holes in the bottom. The water seeps out of these holes and into the ground. We have also the gaseous waste. Urban development has increased the production of waste even in gaseous form. Human activities that involve machines and other technology emit gaseous pollutants. Hence, the larger the scale of operation, the higher the volume and toxicity is emitted by these industries, such as mining, energy production, and manufacturing. Certain air pollutants should be abated through filters or detoxification processes. These added kinds of equipment are applied in chimneys or other source of air pollutants for immediate gas treatment before emission to the atmosphere. So, question is, how do people make gaseous waste? So, the gaseous waste are generated into the environment, mainly due to anthropogenic activities of human. The gaseous waste include carbon dioxide, methane, chlorofluorocarbon or CFC, oxides of nitrogen, carbon monoxide, oxides of sulfur, etc. These gaseous waste can cause serious environmental hazards. So gaseous waste are oxides of carbon, sulfur dioxide, oxides of nitrogen, hydrocarbons, aerosols, carbon monoxides, methane, greenhouse gases like CFC, etc. So due to the increase of factories, industrial areas, and the number of vehicles, a large amount of gaseous waste are coming to the atmosphere. Conserving energy. This reduces the need to produce energy because the consumption is lessened. It should be noted that the process of producing energy is extracted polluted, especially with the use of conventional non-renewable source of energy. So first of all, reducing energy use limits the number of carbon emission in the environment. In turn, conserving energy produces a higher quality of life. Reduced emission result in cleaner air quality. In addition, it helps create a healthier planet or at least helps sustain the resources we already have. Using catalytic converters in our cars. Vehicles that use catalytic converters have improved their emission with the reduction of carbon monoxide, nitrogen oxide, and volatile organic compounds. This also necessitates the use of unleaded fuels. So a catalytic converter is a device used to reduce the emission from an internal combustion engine. Not enough oxygen is available to oxidize the carbon fuel, and these engines completely into carbon dioxide and water. Thus, toxic byproducts are produced. So why are catalytic converters good for our environment? A catalytic converter oxidizes unburned hydrocarbons and reduces oxide of nitrogen in the exhaust stream. It is a part of the overall emission control system that all modern cars have. And it is effective technology proven to reduce exhaust to mostly water vapor and carbon dioxide. Engaging in carpooling. By using public transportation or bike or walk, carpooling can greatly reduce the amount of air pollution in the atmosphere. Also, if the destination is near, we can walk or we can bike. So carpooling offers many benefits. Not only will you be saving your own money, but you will also help reduce the cost we all pay towards the construction of new roads, road maintenance, and air pollution related health costs. Having fewer cars on the road means that we reduce greenhouse gas emission and improve our air quality in our environment. So how much does carpooling help our environment? By carpooling just twice a week, 1,600 pounds of greenhouse gas can be kept from the air each year. Furthermore, let's say 100 people from your local community were to take advantage of the carpool every day for 1 year. Thus, 1,320 pounds of carbon monoxide and 2,376,000 pounds of carbon dioxide could be removed from our atmosphere. Avoid burning. Burning leaves in the backyard has been a cultural habit of every Filipinos. Aside from being just plain habit, it is believed to drive away mosquitoes from the house. However, burning releases toxic chemicals like dioxins and furans that are associated with respiratory problems. So make sure if burning requires in your house, make sure that you are not burning plastic or materials that have CFC products. Use water-based sprays or solvent-free paints. Avoid using consumer products that have chemicals. Chemical-based insect killers, for example, may instantly eliminate pests, but their chemical content may be high and very toxic to your health and your environment. In addition to this, water-based paints have less odor once applied to surface and don't react with pollutants in the atmosphere to contribute to climate change. The result is fresh, breathable air for us all, without compromising on easy application and brilliant, long-lasting finishes. And last, we have advocate for emission reduction in factories and more stringent implementation of emission standards. It means that join in initiatives or programs that can help increase or decrease awareness of pollution reductions in your community. So how can companies reduce carbon emission? So by encouraging your employees to take public transit or to carpooling practices. So with other colleagues living close by or by giving them discounts on public transportation, companies can also significantly reduce their indirect carbon dioxide emissions and therefore their impact on climate change. So that ends our discussion for today. And don't forget to do all your activities in Module 3 and Module 4.